Hello, everyone. Coming up on here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a pro wrestling show we have for you, as it is Raw Legends Night, where all the WWE Raw Legends con, con- all the WWE Raw Legends come in one night to celebrate their contributes to the wrestling business. Who showed up? And we talk about on Raw the road to the Royal Rumble, as many names has been announced. We'll see on that. Plus, a huge, a huge WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee, who emerged as WWE Champion. All this and more. And a big surprise. You won't believe what the big surprise was at the end of the night. Many of you might have saw it. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show, the Raw Ring Report, starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents Raw, WWE Raw not Predict but Raw Ring Report on this late Tuesday night. Thank you all for watching. This is the after show of WWE Raw. Like I said, WWE Raw present WWE Legends Night, where all the WWE legends converted to one night to celebrate the contributions of wrestling. First things foremost, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is king. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't be notified on what's going on here. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to a Raw Ring Report. Raw Ring Report kicked off with a bang here, where it was Legends Night. I mean, you know, the legends of the day, such as Hulk Hogan, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, they all contribute to being in WWE and help build WWE as it is today. So we kicked it off with the Miz and the New Day, as the New Day were special guests as a Miz TV. Miz had wanted to try to interview them, but the New Day turned the tables and said that they're gonna interview the Miz and Morrison. They started interviewing Miz and Morrison about outrageous questions. It just was ridiculous to see and ridiculous to know. So it was a little bit of that. But things got heated for real at the at the former SmackDown general manager Ted Long came out there, and you know his old saying, it was gonna be a tag team match, player. But Adam Pearce guided him and told Teddy to make the match, and it was a tag team match between the two teams, and it kicked off Raw Legends Night with the New Day versus Miz and Morrison. Miz and Morrison. So that when you look at it, the Miz and Morrison getting away from Drew McIntyre, which I thought that could have been the most organic storyline between Miz, Morrison, and Drew for the title. Like, you know, if Miz couldn't get the win, he could still use Money Bank contract at any given moment. But that didn't come out. And then the New Day coming off the heels from losing the tag team titles to the Hurt Business. So I guess these two teams going to feud. And I think this should have been for the tag team titles, if you ask me. Well, you see Xavier doing a fist drop and double team move between Xavier and Kofi right here and stuff. And the New Day get the win over former tag team champions Miz and Morrison. Look for this feud to continue on. A game of usmanship between the two teams on who's the better team between them. But my opinion is they should have been for the tag team championship. It would have been more even. But we'll tell you what the tag team was going on the tag team championship situation. Tell you. Also, AJ Styles in a rematch against Elias. After last week, Elias got a win over AJ, but things got a little bit out of hand when got his name, Jackson Racker, get involved with AJ's bodyguard, tried to get him some, and then Elias and Jackson Racker, went away and trying to be like, you know what, we'll fight and live another day. So between these four gentlemen, expect a match between these four down the road, another tag team match. Because a lot of people and a lot of critics are saying that WWE's lacking the form of tag teams lately. So that could be the problem. That could be the case. Also, in another tag team match, in women's tag team action, Charlotte Flair, the WWE Tag Team Champion, teamed up with Asuka to take on the team of Lacey Evans and Payne Royce. Well, Nature Boy Ric Flair was outside at the ring, and Charlotte and Asuka had this match won, but Lacey was trying to flirt with the Nature Boy at ringside. Nature Boy Ric Flair helped Lacey out with a slick victory. Charlotte was upset, deterred. She took her frustrations out and told her father to go. She wanted to take care of her own business. So Nature Boy Ric Flair kind of got dressed down by his daughter Charlotte. So I don't know why they do that. He even got dressed down by Randy Orton. I don't know why they continue on dressing down Ric Flair, a legend like Ric Flair. I don't know. Daughter, Randy Orton, mentor, pupil. It's just getting more out of control. Also, Matt Riddle was in action this week. Matt Riddle, who was guided by the Big Show about, I don't know, Matt Riddle's isms and stuff. You know how that go. Matt Riddle took on the United States champion Lashley in a one-on-one match after the tag team match last week when Riddle got a cheap shot of Lashley. Riddle held his own against the United States champion, combating moves with his MIA background kick, and Riddle had Lashley right. Well, Lashley had Riddle in the hurt locker until Riddle rolled him up and pinned him. Got the 1, 2, 3, and Riddle won. And you can see the elation by Riddle of being happy. But you can see how irate MVP is with the referee and Lashley irate, and they're more irate than that. I can see and expect Riddle to get a United States Championship match down the road. I don't know whether it be at Royal Rumble or on Raw. Look for Riddle to get a U.S. title match between him and Lashley because this is far from over. As you can tell right here with Lashley and VP. For real. All right. Far from over indeed. As also the tag team champions, the Raw tag team champions, MVP and Lashley's cohorts, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, the Raw tag team champions, were in action. They went against Lucha House Party. There was kind of like some dissension going on between the two men over tag team partners because Cedric keep on tagging Shelton, and you can tell he was gonna boil down inappropriately and stuff. So I don't know between these two men, it's gonna be bound to happen one of these days. Once they lose the belts, it's gonna be on. It's gonna probably be give it a new day or what? I don't know. We just have to wait and see. Also, Randy Orton, after his despicable actions, went against Jeff Hardy. You see right here, this oh my God, Randy Orton. He kind of reminds me of what had happened 2 years ago on SmackDown, where Randy Orton pulled the earlobe of Jeff Hardy. But Randy Orton continued his despicable ways. We thought Alexa Bliss was going to be out there. She elected not to be there, so we don't know what's going on with that. But Randy Orton easily won the match with an RKO. It's reminiscent of what happened at Royal Rumble 2008. So that's kind of like 12 years ago when that match happened. Man, it's been 12 years between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Wow. Man, time has changed. Telling you. Telling you right now. Then we also heard the announcement this week on Raw that the Royal Rumble, where it's every man for himself. Both feet must hit the floor, hit the ground, so be thus eliminated. There's gonna be two Royal Rumble matches: the Women Royal Rumble and the men's. And here they come. Like I said, here is last year's Royal Rumble winner for the women's. Charlotte Flair has elected to participate in this Royal Rumble. Can she do it for a second time, winning the Royal Rumble like she did last year to earn herself a championship match at WrestleMania? So we'll have to see on that. Could Charlotte do it again? And then you gotta think about it. if Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble, her tag team partner is Asuka. We get that WrestleMania rematch that we've been waiting for. That's been happening like 3 years ago at WrestleMania in New Orleans, where Charlotte was the champion and Asuka was the challenger, and Charlotte defeated Asuka and killed her streak. We had to wait and see. Also, a man who no stranger to Royal Rumbles. He debuted at the Royal Rumble in 2016. AJ Styles will participate in the men's Royal Rumble. Now, I think this is AJ's 2017, 2018, 19, 20, 21. This is going to be AJ's third Royal Rumble appearance. So AJ Styles looking to make a difference and become one to kick his ticket to WrestleMania. So we'll see on that. Speaking of clicking their tickets, the Raw legends, the WWE legends were all there backstage. Even right here, Teddy Long hanging with the Boogeyman, DDP, IRS, Tatanka, Ron Simmons. Damn, they all had good segments. I think Ron Simmons had the best segment of the night. So kudos to them. Also, Hulk Hogan made a cameo appearance, teaming up with Drew McIntyre, flexing right here. A former WWE champion of the 1980s, the flag bearer of the WWE from the 80s to the 90s, to the current flag bearer of the WWE, along with Cole, I would say, with Roman Reigns as well. So Drew McIntyre posing with his idol Hulk Hogan. Drew had a match himself. He had a championship match where he defended his championship against Keith Lee, the big man. Keith Lee gets a world championship match. He was trying to get the pictures, but the pictures didn't upload. So hey, but what was startling was after the match, where all the legends hung around the ring congratulating Drew, and all of a sudden, the man, the myth, the legend, Goldberg showed up. Goldberg said that he believes that Drew doesn't respect legends. He believes Drew disrespects legends. Drew took issue with that, and Drew said, "No, I do respect the legends." Well, Goldberg was ranting and raving about absolutely nothing, and Goldberg issued the challenge that he wants to challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE title Rumble. Is this a perfect storm brewing for Drew and Goldberg between these two men, where Drew has accomplished all odds, winning the Royal Rumble last year from starting his meteoric rise to defeating Brock Lesnar, and now he gets the challenge of a lifetime a year later to go against Goldberg. Now, many people were saying that Goldberg was going to enter the Royal Rumble, and I was kind of like, yeah, you don't want to put Goldberg in that Royal Rumble. Goldberg has been in Royal Rumble events, matches, appearances, and he doesn't feel short at Royal Rumbles. Now you putting him into the championship match where he can likely win it and Drew can win it back. And I kind of, for my personal take, is Drew needs to stay as champion. You don't need to diminish him. And if Drew beats Goldberg, then that's great. But I feel like there's other people that Drew could feed off on in Royal Rumble. Why would you put him against Goldberg? That's a WrestleMania match waiting to happen. But I guess for like buys and stuff. But I just feel like Goldberg at his prime, he should be set aside for like big matches like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, those squash matches. But him going against Drew, I hope WWE puts the ball on Drew's court. But if they don't, then look for Goldberg. We'll see. But we'll have that predicted outcome in the coming weeks on what's going on with that. And Goldberg finally try to push Drew. So it's gonna be real intense and real, how Goldberg likes to say it, quick. We'll see. It'll be the Claymore versus the Spear, though, and the Jackhammer. We'll see at Royal Rumble between these two warriors. Who wants it the most? All right, that ends the Raw Ring report. Let's get to some quick hot topics. It's quick hot topics, right quick. We heard and found out that Marty Scurll and Ring Honor has parted ways. Now we know Marty Scurll was the wrestler who was in Ring Honor, and now Marty Scurll is no longer with Ring Honor. as his booker and as a wrestler. So a lot of it was going on, even when Martin Scroll was in Ring On, there was looming incidents about sexual misconduct, and Martin Scroll tried to defend himself, but I guess now we don't know going forward. So Martin Scroll no longer with Ring of Honor. A lot of people are asking what's next for Martin Scroll. Will he make the jump to AEW to be with his friends Cody and the rest of them, or will he go to WWE or NXT? We have to wait and see. Also, Brad Hebner, the referee, long-term referee who worked in WWE, um, and NWA, and Impact. Well, he announced that he's leaving NWA for good. So Brian Hebner calls it Baby Earl Hebner, leaving Impact, leaving NWA. And you kind of wonder, like, is the NWA still allowed? And why, with said something about Magnus. So we've been hearing all these rumors and reports about Madness being difficult to work with, and I hope that's not true with Magnus. But like I said, we had to wait and see on what's going on with that. We'll give you more in depth with that. All right, that's quick hot topics. All right, this week on NXT will be New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil coming here. So we'll see on New Year's Evil. Also, they'll have the counteract that from NXT AEW doing AEW New Year's Smash. They're bringing back the DOWRG Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg coming next week as a special guest. I don't know who's commentating on what. We'll see. Also, John Moxley return. What does John Moxley have in store for Kenny Omega and Don Callis? We'll say that. And also, La Champion, Chris Jericho on commentary. Chris Jericho is hell, I hate to admit it, but Chris Jericho being good on commentary, he's going to be great on commentary. Watch what I tell you. Jericho gives insight. He knows his stuff, and he don't care what you think. And, Chris Jericho is that. Chris Jericho, and he did that phenomenal tribute to Bro Lee, which that was phenomenal. No question about it. Phenomenal tribute. All right. All right. That's going to end the pro wrestling show. It was a quick one, but we tried to wrap things up on what's going on. Like I said, we'll be back here this Wednesday after NXT and AEW Dynamite. You the fallout on what happened and stuff. So, thank you all for watching this edition of Connect TV's Pro Wrestling Show presents a Raw Ring Report. I've been your host Kendrick Dick saying so long, and we want to say Happy New Year, and we'll see you this Wednesday here on the Pro Wrestling Show.